It's a big revelation through the Right to Information Act. India Today's access exclusive documents revealing how vacancies are piling up, commissioners are retiring, but top bureaucrats are sitting idle and not recruiting fresh staff. Document has been accessed through an ex-Indian Navy officer who filed an RTI with the Central Information Commission. The natural course of action is to appoint fresh staff to fill vacancies. The RTI response reveals that the top Babu hasn't initiated any paperwork to recruit new commissioners to fill vacancies. India Today has learned that out of 10 information commissioners, 3 have retired. The 4th will complete his tenure soon. The pile-up of vacancies has led to more than 24,000 cases unattended. I want to cut across to India Today's Jugal Purohit for more on the story. Jugal, this case, 12 years after Right to Information Act, why are cases piling up? Why are vacancies not being filled?
Well, it's a highly intriguing story. On one hand, you have the Right to Information Act, which is turning 12, which has in fact turned 12. And on the other hand, there is a situation where a veteran, a retired naval officer, has written to the Right to Information's apex body, that is the Central Information Commission, and has asked them that in the situation that you have 3 commissioners out of the 10 who have now retired, the 4th one is likely to retire in a few months from now. The vacancies will arise, as a result of which people's right to information applications will take longer to get resolved. Just what are the steps which have been taken towards dealing with this problem? In reply, he has been told by the Central Information Commission that there has been no steps, or this issue in fact hasn't been dealt with at all. Now, the Central Information Commission works under the DOPT, that's the Department of Personnel and Training of the central government, and the MOS who's actually directly in charge is Dr. Jitendra Singh. He's also the MOS Prime Minister's office. It remains now to be seen whether the Prime Minister's office or the DOPT actually takes a step towards ensuring that the vacancies are filled up, because the last time we had a situation like this, activists had to, including this naval officer, had to knock the doors of the Delhi High Court, and then it was on account of that that the government made certain selections, and at that time this particular agency, the apex body, was headless for nearly 10 months.
Okay, so what's the impact on RTI, the number of cases that are pending with these vacancies not being filled up?
Well, what we understand from this activist, this former naval officer, is that there are close to 24,000 right to information applications which are unresolved as of now. The pendency, the technical word for it, is at that level, which means that it will take longer and longer for people to get their information applications or disputes on that, because when they do not get information from the primary office, whether it's any department or any ministry, is when they knock the doors of the commission. So if the commission is going to take longer, it means that the people have to wait much longer. So because the number of the RTI applications is going up, the time taken is going up, people are saying that there needs to be a movement, a push towards ensuring that information commissioners, the minute they retire or the time they retire, there are steps taken to fill those vacancies up. Clearly, this time around, with this response that has been received, it has left the activist community extremely shocked, coming at a time when the RTI anniversary is around. It's 12 years to the RTI law that has been made, and you know, in a sense, there is an expectation of a positive movement, but activists are telling us that they are disappointed right now.
Jugal, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.